It's a genocide, a way to make the minority population shrink.
Of the brutality they say they suffered at the hands of the Myanmar.
I would say generational trauma is one of the biggest outcomes of genocide. It's not just the people that lived through it that experience that trauma. Their kids, they're finding through research, also experience that trauma. And they've watched their parents try to deal with that trauma. And so it becomes a generational thing. The Center for Genocide Research and Education is located in Longmont, but the people that volunteer to work with CGRE, they are scattered all across the U.S. We have people in Connecticut, New Jersey, and California at this point. People a lot of times think that genocide is a thing of the past. They don't understand that it's going on right now, for example, in Burma with the Rohingya. It happened in 2014 with the Yazidi in Iraq. So this is something that's going on today, and you just don't hear about it because it's not something that's sexy to put in the news.
Why should people care about genocide if it's not in their backyard? It's not in their community. In fact, if it's not in their country. It's because as we become a more technologically enhanced society, the way the world is more connected now through social media, what happens around the world is eventually going to have a small effect somewhere. If we don't speak up and we don't stop violence, mass atrocity, and genocide in one part of the world, people in another part of the world may see, well, if they can get away with it, I can get away with it. And that's certainly not the right thinking to have.
We were developing reading lists, bibliographies. We're developing a series of resources on not just the major genocides, but other atrocities that people can go look at and find information. We're in the process of developing right now a calendar where we're listing all the dates of major events and minor events and putting them together so that people can go look and say, well, on this date, did something happen that we should know about that we don't know? And there's a lot of things, a lot of acts of genocide, acts of mass atrocity, human rights events that don't get the attention. So we're putting those together. And the other thing we're developing that is probably the more important is who do you contact? Who is it that you can email or call and say, hey, I need help with this? That's the biggest resource we're on.
There's so much misinformation in the world about what genocide is, about what mass atrocity is, and what's going on. There's so much, not misinformation, but zero information on some of the atrocities that are happening right now across the world. Very small portion of what's going on, and I think that's disappointing. And the information that is out there is not very consumable. It's not easy to understand. When people say there's a potential genocide or there is a genocide of the Rohingya, nobody could find it on a map. So there needs to be some way, and I think CGRE is that vehicle to help educate people on a grassroots level.
And we're really trying to make genocide less scary for people to think about and talk about and engage in. It's something that's just hugely overwhelming for people. So we are trying to make this something that people can learn about genocide without feeling so overwhelmed.